boots with the fur. It's my wife. It's so funny that everyone's been talking about this. I guess it's just part of human nature to talk about it as the seasons change. And we were just discussing how we'd love to go chasing or find somewhere to live where it's summer, fall, but no winter in between. That's the ultimate goal. But long answer short, I do love it's my favorite season is the fall.
I love that idea. Yeah, if you ever find it, please let me know because I'm with you all the way. Yeah. Yeah.
It,
Thank
it's
you
too
so much.
short here, but from out east, it's three
Yeah.
months. Red leaves is
Right?
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Marvin, I'm moving over to you guys in the room there.
First. Yeah, thanks, Jackie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the fall. I like the cooler weather and a lot of the colors in the air as well. So that I'm looking forward to that. And this heat is nice, but I mean, looking forward to getting back into more cool weather.
Do you want to just go around the room there?
Yes, you can go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My name is Costas. I'm from the To The Point Toastmaster Club, and it's my pleasure to be here tonight. Yeah, kind of autumn also is my favorite season of the year. But the autumn in Calgary is a little bit different though, because the morning, Calgary morning can get quite a freezing in morning. But still is a very good season and we can go all the hikings in the autumn. Okay, now back to you.
Thank you. My name is Ali, and I'm the Ignaters, plus I'm the coach of this club. And for me personally, I do like the summer season. Yes, I don't like the 33-degree heat, but I prefer more than minus 30 and minus 50. And you can go walking, you can go hiking, biking, do all the fun activities. Back to you, Jack.
Thank you so much, everyone. So, Ali, it sounds like you're the only one that wants it to stay summer. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. So, without further ado, let's welcome Kim, who's going to be doing advancing more of a talk of what she did last week. So, can't wait to hear what you have to say, Kim. Over to you.
Thank you, Jackie. And thank you all for sharing your time. It's an investment, right? And Ali, special thanks to you because last week you asked about connecting the theme to a person's talk. And I went over, I Googled lots of TEDx, and you've got like Mind Matters, local people, global impact, flow, connecting the dots, change making, frontiers, if, edge, beyond, forward, inspiring impact, courageous curiosity. They're not very literal, are they? They're designed to make us think big. And you will recall that last week I shared that I actually froze and lost my place in my TEDx talk. And part of it was I made this way bigger than I needed to. And I think your question, Ali, speaks to kind of the same theme. Because Toastmasters are used to connecting dots between things they haven't thought about before. And that, of course, happens during table topics. So this evening, I thought to practice, I'm going to get a notion of what your ideas are. And then if I could have 3 or 4 volunteers to do a table topics connecting your idea to one of these TEDx themes. How does that sound?
Perfect.
You can just give me a thumbs up.
Good.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
All right. Now, I know, Nicole, you have an interest, right? The gift of fear, which I can certainly, I'm like, oh yeah, I get that. The gift of fear. And Josh, you're about whole foods. right?
More or less.
Or is there something else you'd like to talk about?
I will accept the table topic challenge. I'm a gut specialist, so I kind of address all things in all ways. I deal with a lot of Crohn's, colitis, and other diseases. So
Okay.
you can hit me with food, medicine, you name it. I'll roll with the punches. I'd like the challenge.
So you're a gut specialist. Good. And Jackie, last week you talked about distractions and focus. You want to
Did.
play with that some more?
Sure, why not? Marvin, is there somebody that we can have time or?
And I'm
Um,
curious about Ali. He got me started in this.
I was when you talk, computer, can you?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, Al, you were talking.
Ali, do you want to do a table topics?
Sure.
So what's a big passion for you?
Anything you want him to
No,
do.
no. You're not getting off that easy.
Yeah.
What's something
Um,
you like? What's something you talk about to people?
I talk about lots of things. I talk about politics, sports. Um,
Technology,
what?
technology.
Technology, yeah, sure.
Technology?
Yeah, I
Give me
guess.
something more specific.
Um, hit me with sports actually. Whatever sport you like.
Judo. Judo.
Sure.
And Marvin, sorry, Marvin, could you lower the camera a little bit? We can't, we see, we can't see Marvin. We can see.
This Marvin's doing something, by the way, but.
Oh, that's why. Okay, because I was like, okay, we can just see the heads.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Costas?
That's
Costas?
better.
What about you? What's something you like to talk about? Or are
Oh, me?
passionate about?
Oh, Costa.
Oh, me.
Yeah, Costa, go.
Oh, yeah. At this point, I think maybe I can talk about technology, or specifically maybe like a chat GDP, like AI, those things.
Okay, AI. And I
Yeah.
see you learn. You paid attention when I was quizzing Ali.
Yeah.
And went, oh, I better not leave it just to
You
technology.
can change mine to hockey. How about that? Perfectly. Hockey or soccer? Make it better.
Not judo, you're breaking my heart. All right.
I do like judo, but it's better if you do hockey or soccer. Better.
Okay, we're gonna do hockey. We're gonna do hockey.
Marvin, what about
And
you?
what about you, Marvin?
I like to do something positive. Like I like to talk about positive things. So, yeah, I guess. Oh, it's the. Give me a think now. Yeah, I guess how to be positive in life, like find a positive out of the some of the some of the downs and outs, but find the positive in that and keeping your life positive.
All right. So finding the positive, being in the
Yes.
game mindset. Yep. So what I have here is Nicole, the gift of fear, and Josh, you're a gut specialist. Jackie, distractions and focus. Ali, you're getting hockey. You're breaking my heart for not talking about judo, but I'll still love you. It's okay. Costas, AI, and Marvin on finding the positive. So what I want you to do is, and I'm looking at these, let us see here. And I'm giving you one that has already happened, so you don't have to then get stuck in, oh, this is going to impact what I do. This is practice, okay? It is complete play. And the table topic for you the table topic question, and we'll give you a minute to think about it once we, right, get start. You're going to have 2 minutes. Is what might become possible for the world, or what becomes possible for the world if you have courageous curiosity about the gift of fear, the microbiome.
Can you repeat the question again, please?
All right, I'm just ad-libbing here, so you're getting me completely. But what could become possible if we exercised courageous curiosity about? And so it could be for you, it could be for your family, it could be for your community, it could be for the world. So it's very much a generative question. What becomes possible if humans, or, exercised courageous curiosity? And that was the theme from the University of Saskatchewan TEDx event from 2024. Courageous, if I can remember that, courageous curiosity, and then about your idea. So it's going to be Marvin. What becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity about finding the positive in difficult times? And then Costas, I'm just going to go reverse order. Costas, it's what becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity about AI. And then Ali, what becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity about hockey? And the humans could be you and your friends. And then Jackie, what becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity? It could be about distractions. It could be about focus. Josh, you're Mr. Microbiome. And Nicole, you're the gift of fear. All right.
Am I going first then, Kim?
After 1 minute.
Yes, no pressure, but you get to speak after me. So then, So when
Okay.
if you're ready, because
Thanks, Kim. Yes, it's a good question. I like the question about curiosity and courageous curiosity. And I was just watching the business meeting for the Toastmasters convention today, actually, on a replay, on recording. And the business meeting, as you know, is usually a serious meeting where we talk about different issues and motions for Toastmasters. But today I saw people dancing, people smiling, people hugging, people joyful, and it reminds me that of always being positive in the moment. So in between voting for different directors, international directors, and vice presidents and president-elect, they had music playing. And they had music playing from the start to the end. So there was lots, and there was a lot of technical difficulties with the voting. So every time the voting failed or had to re-vote, they were playing music in between again. So actually the second vice president took, I think it's 4 or 5 tries to get the voting results. So every time you try it, more music. And they were dancing everything from YMCA to the the cargo line and everything between, and a lot of disco, a lot of dancing music. And I just think it's so, despite all the, like one of the ladies said today, despite all the turmoil in different countries in the world, people can get together in one place with thousands of people and still be joyful, still be positive in the moment, and be and let the energy flow throughout the room, throughout the world. And if we could all do that take 1 minute every day through the whole world and let the energy flow through us, we could have a very joyful minute every day. Imagine if somehow the music played throughout the whole country every day, say around 4 o'clock, like fiesta time. We have fiesta in Mexico. So if we have fiesta across the world at 3 or 4 o'clock, and everywhere in the world they play music and stop what they're doing, stop the wars, stop the fighting, stop the chaos, stop the conflict, and just focus on joy and positive, just for a minute, or even 5 or 6 or happy hour type thing. And just that 1 hour or so, everywhere around the world gets that music playing, even though the time difference are different. Some people be 4 o'clock, some people in the morning, some people 4 o'clock in the evening, but we just gotta stop what we're doing and have that moment or few minutes of joy,
Right.
few minutes of positive. That's my curiosity here.
Thank you, Marvin. That was just when you said that about, wouldn't it be great if there was music played around the world for 1 minute every day and stopping the wars and the conflict? It was just like, wow, that is inspiring, right? What a great way. And it's interesting, right? Because did you have that thought before you started speaking?
Not great. I always had positive thoughts, and I love music and seeing music today. So I guess an idea of bringing what I saw and what I feel together and making it come together on the spot.
Yeah, and it's right, and it's that being in the crucible where it's like, this is the moment to actually, I don't have much time, I can't put a lot of thought into it. So we really dive into the essence of it. So thank you for leading us off so powerfully. Costas, what becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity about AI?
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for the very interesting question. Yeah, this is actually a very broad topic, but I would focus on 2 things. I think in now or in the future, if people become curiosity about AI, I think first is like everybody, including everyone here, would only need to work 20 hours per week, working week. And another thing is when we are getting old, like AI or like the robots with AI capabilities will help us and take care of us. Because I believe most of us already know like the AI tools like ChatGPT or Google's Gemini already like invoked huge potential and huge curiosity from every normal person in the world, and the people really see the AI potential and see how this potential could frame a new world. It's really a very exciting period we're living in, and personally, I think ChatGPT really is kind of a revolution in the computer age, because we can think of like a ChatGPT as a library, but it's a huge library, much huger than the one I'm standing in. With although maybe there are like more than 10,000 books here, but for ChatGPT or for AI tool, they can read maybe millions of books. You can imagine there are millions of books that he can read. So the knowledge and the capacity is enormous. And also the robotics technology is very advanced now. So imagine like everybody's home have a robotic machine with the AI capabilities, then the work productivity can increase dramatically. That will help us achieve like a 20 hours working week per week. So yeah, it's good for everyone, and we still have all the materials, all the world living standards, but only work 20 hours per week. There's a very bright future. That's the future I'm looking forward to, of course. So yeah, to sum it up, I think if everybody unleash AI's potential and the capabilities, we will going to have like 20 hours per working week, and then we will be take care of when we are old by the AI or robotics. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And you know, I had an interesting, what really sparked my imagination as you spoke was about the AI, you know, can help us work 20 hours per week. And I thought I heard as we age. And I thought that is so interesting because we have this idea that as we age, we break down and it's how AI could help us. I thought that would be fun. Right? And you shared lots and lots of ideas. But that was the one that I just went, oh, yeah. Thank you. Allie, what becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity about hockey?
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Hagapaga Toastmasters. For me personally, what makes it courageous to exercise curiosity in hockey is not only just learning the sport itself, but also having manners in the sport. And what I mean by having manners in the sport is actually at the end of the day, it's a sport. So there's a win, there's a lose in hockey, and there's also a tie in hockey too. And people say, "Oh, how do you think there's a tie?" Because in regulation there's a tie, and then we go to extra time. So there's a time you get a point for having a tie. So at the end of the day, it's a win or lose game. But what we need to do is we need to become manners. So for example, if someone gets injured from an opponent's team, we help them up, carrying them up, helping them up. If you know first aid, help them out and get them back to the bench. And trying to help them out that way. Also shaking hands with the opponents. Not only the formality that we have to do at the end of each series in the Stanley Cup, but also shaking hands with the coaches at the end of each regulation game. Being not being aggressive. And you know what? I feel like we should be stopping of having fights in the NHL, because at the end of the day, that does not go anywhere, and that does not go far, because both of them will get a penalty, both of them will get injured, and sometimes they cannot play the next game and this and that. So why don't we follow the IIHF with the International Hockey Federation, International Ice Hockey Federation, and we should be stopping having fights in there. So we all be peaceful and we all be that. And also for the fans too. We've seen a lot of riots. Thank God that didn't happen during the Edmonton series in the finals. But we had so many riots that happened in 2006 with Edmonton, happened with Vancouver Canucks, and happened as well too in the US. So we should be stopping that, because at the end of the day, we're all here as humans. We all cheer for our teams, yes, but we're all here as equal. So we should be all equal, all united to fight racism, and to also fight other things, and we should be happy. We should be able to sit beside an opponent's team in the stands, and cheer for opposite teams, and that's fine. And we might become friends at the end of the day. So we should not be fighting. Back to you.
Thank you. And so, what I heard, what was very captivating for me, was about what becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity about extending the ritual respect we see, like in how the hockey players dress and the refs and all of it, if that was extended further in the game and turning hockey into a peace builder. Well done. Jackie, are you ready? Who's going to
I'm
talk?
ready.
Good. So what becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity about this connection between distractions and focus, or however you want to phrase it?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that question, Kim. What do I think could become possible if the world comes, I love that phrase, courageously curious on distractions. And one comes to point right here when my bird wants to think that he thinks he should join our conversation. So there is a distraction for all of us. So can we stay focused on me? I think, distractions take us away from the present moment. And we miss out on almost living because we're looking on our phones, what everybody else is doing, or we're reading something or whatever. We're not really paying attention to what we're doing right at that moment. And as we know, distractions can not only take us away from the present moment, but they can hurt us. You can trip over the curb, you can be hit by a car or even a train or what have you. So distractions can then add on and injure yourself, and then take away from living your fullest life, because now you're injured and either in the hospital or laid up at home or what have you, and it takes away from family and work. So for me, I was thinking about focus is, why do we not live in the present moment? Or why do I have problems with living in the present moment? Do we think that, we will miss out on something if we miss something on that phone and that sort of thing, because it's so entwined in our lives from the beginning, when we wake up to when we go to bed. And I was thinking about this, and if we think we're missing something, but yet we are missing something because we're missing out on the present moment. If we're walking with somebody, we're missing out in having that deep conversation with them or learning more about them, or we're missing out if you have kids and walking with your kids. And even what's happening around you. Is there something that's happening around you? Is there a fire? Is there a car coming around the corner? Like, you're missing out on what's going around you and the present moment if you're with somebody, or even you're not with somebody, and just enjoying. I think what Marvin would touch base on this is just enjoying the nature, enjoying seeing the bugs and the birds and the grass, what have you, you name it. I think we're really missing out on so many things by trying to stay in the present with our phones, I think it's a paradox in that we're missing out in actually living our lives in nature and being with the people that are with us at the time. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Very inspiring as well. And the whole notion about that paradox, even I think you could take it a little further about people using their phones to do presencing practices, right? That they're using the phone to focus. And in doing so, they're missing out on what's right in front of them. But it was just like, oh yeah, that statement you had about, that you're worried about, I'm missing something on my phone in this moment, I've got to do it, but you're missing out on your present moment and the people around you in nature. Powerful reminder. Thank you. Josh, what becomes possible if humans exercise courageous curiosity about the microbiome?
That is an excellent question, Kim. Do me a favor, picture your life as it is right now. Think about the people and things that you love. Think about the ways you spend your time. Now, one night you close your eyes, you go to sleep, and when you wake up, you suddenly lose your ability to live your life the way you love, to spend it doing the things you want to do with the people that you love spending your time with. This is a reality that millions of people all over the world who are diagnosed with digestive diseases like Crohn's and colitis, this is what they deal with. Imagine you're perfectly healthy, and over a few short days, weeks, or month, you go down this downhill spiral and you come down with a digestive disease that can be so severe. You're having up to 50 bowel movements a day with blood, just crippling pain, debilitating fatigue, and other health issues you never had before. And so you go to your doctors, anybody sane would, they simply tell you it's a genetic issue. There's no known cause. Your only options are to be on medication the rest of your life or to have a major surgery and to cut your bowels out. It's like a punch in the face. And the life you love is suddenly over. Everything's changed overnight. And they say that your body was healthy. The explanation is that one day it randomly decided to start attacking itself. But what if your gut microbiome actually is the thing that's changing and your body started attacking something inside your gut microbiome and your intestines, your body's own tissues, were simply caught in the crossfire? This simple idea I've brought up before, but it's actually met with outrage amongst gut experts. But if it's adopted, it can change the way we see bowel diseases forever and change the lives of up to 8 million people worldwide who are dealing with them today. We can have the opportunity to no longer see these diseases as this inevitable part of your DNA that you can't fix, that you're doomed to live with. And instead, it becomes a very temporary problem that we simply just need to find a solution for. If the world could become courageously curious about our gut microbiomes and the things that we think we know, if we could change that paradigm, we could figure out what else is going on inside and go against the grain of everything that we're told. This would give us the power to change the future of these life-changing bowel diseases forever.
Thank you. I have no words. That was so awesome.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah.
Meant to wrap that up a little sooner. Thank you for the patience, Jackie.
We've been patient with everybody. It's all good. Because part of this is fleshing out your ideas, just giving voice, because I don't know about you, but of course, typing, it's kind of like I freeze, whereas I can just go blah, get it out, and there's a start there. So, Nicole, what becomes possible if humans exercised courageous curiosity about the gift of fear?
What might become possible if we had courageous curiosity about the gift of fear? What is meant by the gift of fear? Is fear a gift? Nobody wants to experience fear. That rapid heart rate, the increased blood pressure, the feeling of heat, sweating. It's not a pleasant feeling. Is it a gift? If we had courageous courage and read this book called The Gift of Fear by Gavin de Becker, and you can see how thoroughly I've read this book, I would like to recommend it to everybody. Gavin de Becker explains that fear is a gift. It's that intuition, or I call it the little voice that speaks to you when something isn't right. If I arrive to work and the elevator doors opened and there's a character in there and I see this character and I think, oh, I don't like him. Should I get in that elevator? Or should I listen to that little voice and take the next one? I don't owe that character an explanation. I don't need to get in because I don't want to offend him, or because I'm running late, or because it won't happen to me. If I can change the trajectory for one person, and that means that they listen to that little voice, that intuition, then I will have done my duty. We teach our little children about stranger danger. Animals in the forest flee when they see a predator nearby. But we, as adult humans, routinely discount that little voice, that intuition, and it can get us into trouble. So if we are courageously curious about that gift of fear, we could be saving ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you. So, of course, the power there was right at the end about we teach our children, right? Stranger danger. And of course, children don't need to be afraid of strangers. You know, like the animals in the forest know who to be afraid of. And we discount that. And we've been joined by Mr. Atticus Bader, has made an appearance because he can, because someone going he was asleep in here. I thought this was a cat-free zone. I apologize. But very, very well done. Right? Like it's an intriguing subject. And yeah. All right. So that is all of you. And any comments about that exercise? That question?
That was really good. I love that question. And it's funny how all of us seem to build up the passion even more and more when we got going. We really started to get more ideas and that sort of thing as we did the table talk. And I love the vision of writing versus just spewing your words. I think that really helps. Would help too with our speeches as well, right? So I thought that was brilliant. Yeah.
Anyone else have the head or the heart to share?
I like the diversity of how one question can relate to all of us, but it's adding the last few words to it, adding our passion to it, and that question can take turns in different ways for each of us. Yeah, that's cool.
I liked how as Marvin said, the idea of having that same question and having your own idea, because what I heard from Irma and you could agree with me too, is that when you're doing a TEDx talk, you can't have the same idea as someone else did. And so if you wanted to do that, you can definitely do it, but having it as your own idea. And that question, for example, if you Kim had this topic to talk about, I can have the same topic, but I can have it on my way, because I'm talking about hockey and you're talking about
Yes.
law or like something else, so of a family, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
so in that way you can have like the same topic but two different views, and TEDx will be okay with it, instead of having the same talk, the same view.
Nicole, thank you. Yeah, good point.
I don't know if anyone else felt more nervous than a typical table topic session at a Toastmasters meeting. Maybe it's because it's something I'm passionate about, but my heart was racing.
Josh or Costas, anything to add? Or you don't have to. It's okay.
Oh, sure. No, I'll take the pressure. I did enjoy it, going through these table topics and sort of trying to summarize a great big idea into about 2 minutes is a challenge in itself. It's something that many of us, whatever topic we were given or sort of chose, we had deemed ourselves in some way specialists or experts. It's something we do all the time. We talk about it nonstop for a living. I have a podcast on it. I coach on it. I have clients on it. Then you say, tell me about the future in 2 minutes or less. It's very difficult to do. And I think it's a great exercise for the brain to condense and simplify.
Yeah, me too. I will just add one or two words. Yeah, I like the question, and also because this was different from my normal table topics in my club. So actually, yeah, try some new things. Actually, seems amazing.
And yeah, no, and so what I did was I took a generative question that I've learned actually in my training in the exchange approach. But what becomes possible if? And so you could do that. What becomes possible if, humans were concerned about inspiring impact, about creating inspiring impact? Or what becomes possible if humans focused on being what the world needs? Another topic, right? What becomes possible if humans focused on flow and connecting the dots? Right? So if you put the start of that question at the front of a lot of the TEDx themes, you have a way to present your idea that's really exciting, and then it's an idea where it becomes an idea worth sharing because it's broader than you. Right? And that's what the TEDx committees are looking for.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? And because you're all in Alberta, expect that TEDx Calgary will happen again in May, and the same thing with Grand Prairie. Because those TEDx events have been around a long time. And when I was looking to find themes, what I ended up doing was some of them I found on Facebook and just TEDx and the name of a community. Or I Googled like TEDx Calgary and it was tedxcalgary.ca. Thank you. This was fun. I like this way more than just me being the talking head, putting
This was
you all to
awesome.
work.
Yeah, no, this was great. Who would have thought that we, like Josh said, could condense down this, we think it's so grandiose and where do we begin and that sort of thing. And we were able to condense it down to 2 to 3 minutes. So it was great. I just will give the timing just so everybody has it. Marvin, you were 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Kostas, you were 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Ali, you were 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I was 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Josh, you were 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And Nicole nailed it at 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Wow. Thank you. This was, I really
Yeah, that was
enjoyed it.
good. That was good. It was funny how, just how passionate we became about it. Yeah.
And you
Marvin,
got to the heart of it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and we got the heart of it. And we got new ideas that we can now add to our speeches or our talks or whatever from this. So I thought that was a great idea. So fabulous. Is there anything else that you wanted to add, Kim, before we move?
No.
I just want to thank you so much for last week and this week. You really helped us grow and think differently about things. And looking forward to the future. See what happens. So Marvin, over to you. You wanted to, I don't know if there's anything else that you wanted to say. I know that we have a speaker next week, correct? So I'll turn it over to you, Marvin.
Thanks, Jackie, and thanks, Kim. Kim, I was watching your video again today, your TEDx video today, and I just came a thought of how is your son doing? Is he still in armed forces or
So he's right now he's in San Diego,
yeah?
and they're going to be doing some drug interdiction work in Mexico. So they're training with the US Coast Guard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I didn't include like all the details. That was when I couldn't see the timing. So
Oh,
he
yes.
was in like he was actually invited to apply for a president's medal when he graduated from university.
Right.
And he decided then he didn't want to have a career in music anymore. Like the kid had a chair in the symphony, right? He's an idiot savant with music. Um, and he was like, no, I don't. If he would have told his mom that he wasn't going to apply, I would have, had a stern talking to with him. But it's actually really remarkable, and his level of service, and I mean he's a 24-year-old white male, so sometimes I go, oh my goodness. But overall, I'm so very proud of him.
Right. Excellent. Yeah, it's what I heard today on Kim's TEDx is the evolution of her son from a kid to an adult throughout her divorce journey. So I guess how her son has evolved in that area. So it was great TEDx today. I listened to.
Thank you. And
So,
and just and just something else, Marvin, on that. Like, of course, I asked his permission,
of
and
course, okay, great.
when I applied or when I wrote the speech, I included the email from him. Like I had sent him a draft.
Yes.
And so when what he approved, I didn't really play around with his story, except I took some stuff out, but I didn't add to it. So
Okay. Okay, great. But thanks, Kim. Thanks for sharing your last 2 weeks with us and sharing your stories and your tips and experiences with TEDx. So that's been great. Been a great 2 weeks with you. Thanks again.
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much, Kim. Thanks. Yeah.
Well, last week I was listening to the convention. Did you all know what was best about this convention this year?
It's 100 years.
100 years, exactly. So you celebrate 100 years of Toastmasters. And the convention started on Wednesday with opening ceremonies. And then on Thursday, they had semifinals. There were 4 semifinals contests. So each semifinal had 7 contestants. And it was 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So it's four times 7, so about 28 speakers all competing that day, and the top 2 of each semi-final goes on to the finals on Saturday. So that leaves 4 times 2, 8 people going to finals on Saturday. And the trick is on Saturday you got to do a brand new speech. You can't do the same speech you did on Thursday or the same speech you did at your district or club or area or division. You gotta do a brand new speech on Saturday. So every Toastmaster, every contestant has to come with 2 speakers, one for Thursday and up until Thursday, club, area, division, district, and Thursday semifinals, and a new one for Saturday if they make it. There's only the top 8 make it, of course. So that was the key thing about the contest. So I watched a couple of semifinals that day. There's one lady from Edmonton who did very well. She was competing in the semifinals 3. She didn't place top 2. They don't name first and second. They just name top 2 go on to the finals. And she didn't place top 2 out of the 7, but she did a very good nice speech on entertainment, and it gives me we get the idea of a speech getting in a second. And also Harriet is a name, and Harriet Tinker from Edmonton, who was competing that day for semifinals. She's also did a TEDx speech a few months ago. So she did TEDx in the spring. I'm not sure where it was. Not sure where it was, but and also competed for an international speech contest. So two large achievements this year, and that was quite consummate achievement. So so Harriet's speech. Oh, that's right. There's she's from Kenya, and she was talking about her father, and she had a word, sabone, and sabone in her language means I see, I've been seen. So she was talking about making people being seen at the moment. So she was in this classroom with this person who was left alone in the high school, and was her goal is make this person be seen, and that was her goal of her speech, and she did that throughout her speech. So I'm not going to give too much more away, but that was her thing, making someone be seen, and how important that is. Like, because we all be seen and not overlooked and not ignored, would be a lot better place today. And that was her message. Now, before I go on to the winner, let me jump to winner. So today, the top person on Saturday was Louise Montalvo, and Louise placed second two years ago online. 2 years ago, I think. And they were all on Zoom back then in 2022. Or at least I think so, yeah. And so she was on Zoom on 2022, and she placed second that year. And maybe that year was mixed, maybe some Zoom, some not Zoom, some Zoom, some in person. That's right. But she placed second in 2022, and this year she came back 2 years later and placed first. And she came out in a wheelchair. And I seen before, I didn't think she was in a wheelchair last time I saw her. So during her speech, she did stand up. So she was able to stand and move her arms and stuff, but she sat back down in a wheelchair throughout her speech. So it's just a more of a movement thing, not a disability, I think. So she was standing up and to do some gestures, and sat down in the wheelchair and moved out. And her speech was also quite amazing, and that's probably why she won. Right. So she started off being clear, and what she did is, in that clear, she was talking about being brought back to life, doing CPR. So she actually died in a car accident, but got brought back to life by 37 strangers. And that was her title, 37 strangers. And 37 strangers made her feel thought she was valuable enough to bring back to life. And she said that minute or seconds that she was unconscious or asleep, she called her best sleep ever. And that was the joke. Her best sleep ever when she was dead for a few minutes, a few seconds, or whatever, how long she was dead for. And then she brought back to life. And she talked about going to heaven, and what would St. Peter say to her, and her dialogue with St. Peter's, St. Peter, and how that would play out. So that was her talk. And she had the whole crowd in her minute, or in her few seconds that she was brought back to life. And so we were a part of those 37 strangers, 37 plus all of us who are watching the film, watching her speech. So those are 2 minutes of what I saw, in the contest, and that was quite amazing. A few other things I saw at the convention is today I watched the business meeting. Business meeting is on Friday. And they vote for all the in-house directors. They have the odd numbers this year and even numbers this year, odd numbers next year. So there's 7 in-house directors got voted in this year, and 7 get voted next year. So every time you get voted in, you spend 2 years as in-house director. So our weekend is weekend 4. Our in-house director was voted in last year. No, it was voted 2 years ago, and this year last year. So they replaced her this year. And then the next international director will have 2 more years as well. And the next year, the odd numbers are voted in. And an interesting thing, but because of the realignment, District 42, that's because Edmonton, Saskatchewan, lower half, is getting moved to Region 3 starting next year. So we move into Region 3 next year. Starting this last month, starting July, actually. Starting July 1st last month, we're now in Region 3, not Region 4, as we've always been. And then, and also, what I saw, they were picking the president, voting the president-elect, and first vice president, second vice president. And the president-elect gets voted in August, and stays president-elect for 1 full year, and then the following year is appointed our president. So our president-elect this year came president in August, came president last week, and after next year we'll have 3 women presidents in a row. This past year we had a woman president named Marv, and then next year we have another one, and then a third one in the following year. I get the names straight now. So our current president this year is Ratty Spear. So she was appointed president this year after being president-elect from the whole year. And Alita Wackett will be president next year. And outgoing president was Marg. So 3 women in a row. So it'd be great to see the momentum we'll have from this and the inspiration we have throughout the year. And the board directors meeting that I saw that happened on Thursday as well is more over counting all the issues, all the different decisions that the board of directors decide on. One of the things that they highlight is pathways is going to be changed. Again, so we're coming, a new pathway is going to start in October. They've been talking about this for almost a year now. A new platform, some new modules, some paths moving out, and some paths going on. But it's all going to take place in October. And they didn't want to do it over the summer or over the April to September period. So, and also they were trying to work out all the bugs and testing. So they'll be ready in October. So look out for that. It'll be mostly a new platform. Your path won't change. The platform will. Yeah. And then opportunities will change too. More opportunities and more doors. And that was one of the themes of Toastmasters. Toastmasters is not about leadership or communication. Toastmasters is about changing lives, opening doors, and mentoring moments. And those are the words that the directors were talking about. Toastmasters is about changing our lives, one person at a time, opening doors for all of us, and having these mentoring moments with each other to help us through our lives.
Oh,
I think that's all I got. Well, there are a few other things. DCP is changing. The biggest club program is adding one more goal. Well, not one more goal, one more partner goal. So starting in 2026, July 2026, July 1st, 2026. Oh, 2025 actually. No, July 1st, 2025. Yeah, it is 2024. So starting next year, July 1st, 2025, every club has to submit their club success plan to get the 10th goal, I think. I'm not sure what the goal is, but it's the 10th goal. The 10th goal right now has 3 parts: do's, twice, and officer list. They're adding the club success plan to it to make it 4 parts for the 10th goal, I believe. And if you get all 10 goals, you are Smedley Distinguished Club. And if you get 9 goals, you're a President Distinguished Club. So they added one extra title there for all 10 goals. And those are the few highlights I had. Any questions or about the convention? Yes, yeah.
I have a quick question about the modules. Now, if we've finished a couple of modules and those are no longer, we don't lose credit for those, right? That'll still stay on our transcript.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. But the main thing is the platform is changing. So what will happen, Jackie, is there are 6 modules. It might not be 11 paths. And there's 6 paths that they're going to move it as new platform. And the other 5 paths will be in a new platform, but it will look more like the old platform. So if you're in dynamic leadership, if you're in individual planning, for instance, which I'm doing, individual planning, you will see the same as you always do. But if you're in dynamic leadership, you'll see the new platform. So 6 paths will see a new platform, and about 5 paths will see the current platform, the old platform. And I'm not sure what's going to happen eventually, but that's the way they're going to do is that they're focusing on 6 paths, the top 6, and then the not so busy 5. They're going to keep it the same old platform, but you can still access the same way. I guess you guys see different. You guys just look different to you. That's all.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And there's also more modules coming out as well. Not paths to call it, but another word for it that you can optionally do to get more credits that way as well. Any other questions or about the convention? One thing that this year for the first time, it was, even though it was optional to be in person, every contestant was in person. So next year is mandatory, you gotta be in person. But this past 2 or 3 years, it was optional. And last year they had a few online and most of them in person. But this year, all of them were in person because I guess they knew A is going to be like that next year, and B, you're more likely going to do better or more likely to win if you were in person, because the people who were in person did have an advantage of having their stage and having that in person interactive with them as well, the energy in the room. Yeah.
Well, I have a question regarding, because like back 5 years ago, we used to have kind of like a leadership role. Or I can receive a physical paper book.
Yeah.
Paper book, and like there are speeches and also the evaluations. Then you put in this book. Do they still have this kind of like mailed out those kind of book for the member?
No. 2019, they went to Pathways.
Yeah.
Right. So since Pathways, no more books. Right. So Pathways took over in 2020. We had 3 years of flex there. 2018, 2019, 2020 both using Pathways in the older program. But in 2020, August 2020 sometime, we had to go to Pathways. Every member has to be Pathways. So all the paths are online. 11 online right now. You can print them if you'd like to print them offline, or you can order the projects, the modules from Toastmasters International, but they come in a path or come in a project. So you can get that, but nothing like what you were describing like before. Right?
Yeah.
And the evaluations, you can download them from Pathways, right? And you gotta do the evaluations. You download a piece of paper, you download the form, and you can use the form online, or use a form on paper, and you can get the evaluation to the next person, to the speaker, right? So,
Yeah.
and the evaluations are always optional. I mean, they're suspected, and they're also suggested, but it's not mandatory, right? Evaluations are not mandatory. They don't force the evaluations and pathways. They only expect you get evaluations and pathways, right? And your club would expect that, or try to encourage evaluations and and your club, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So that's how I would, and what I was saying today is the platform the digital platform is changing in October from what it was to what a new platform in October. Not sure if you've seen the Pathways platform, but it has changed a few times, or at least twice. This is a third time, but this third time is a whole new company doing the platform. So that's why it's a big jump now of changing the whole platform, like before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But everything is still online, still in digital. You can still access it through your Toastmaster website and through your account. Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. What I want to talk about now is summer camp. We had 5 weeks of summer camp here with 1 week of 2 weeks of work of a pre try to get us try to innovate us with Ariel doing that for us, and she was able to give us ideas and gave us her idea with Rubik Cube and her talk, and we had a chance to practice some speeches, and then Irma came in, and we for 2 weeks, and she gave more of the what to do before TEDx, right? How to get to TEDx, going through different steps and all the different rules in TEDx as well. The rules and tips she covered. And then we had Kim, finally Kim, 2 weeks of her experience. Well, different things you can expect through the journey, and be prepared for unexpected, and being prepared, be able to connect with their organizations so you can kind of prepare yourself. Next week, what I like is to have us practice our speakers. Take, some of what we did today, but more of a speech. 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minute speech next week. Canuck said she might give a speech next week, and George has a speech next week. This speech can be what you could use for TEDx, or something you were thinking of that you may use for TEDx, but then of course we're not enforcing you to use that for TEDx in the future. It's up to you, of course, but something that would prepare yourself on that journey to get to a TEDx platform, a TEDx venue. So next week we will have all as many speakers as we can giving speeches, and then what we can do is in September, if you don't speak next week, you can speak in September on the 9th. The 9th, well, we usually meet twice a month. So starting September, we're back to twice a month. And we usually meet the second Monday and the last Monday. So September 9th and September 30th are our meeting in September. And September 30th, I'm looking for a speaker. I've asked a speaker to come. I'm not gonna give out the names. I did talk about her earlier today, maybe. So I've sent out my request for somebody to come speak on the 30th. We'll see if she can make it. If not, I'll look for someone else and try to connect with Irma and see if we can get another speaker on the 30th for something to do with TEDx. There's a few Toastmasters in our district who have done a TEDx speech. So I'm trying to connect with some of them and get them to come to CATS, Canada Toastmasters. My idea is from now, right until the end of out of June is have many TEDx events once, like once a month, maybe. So there's 10 months or so. And so we'll try to get as many of them at once a month, September, October, into December and January, right till the end of June. And that where we'll get us ready for our TEDx talks, TEDx Spirit. Like Kim said, if you have a TEDx in Calgary in May, then we'd be ready by May to give our TEDx speech in Calgary. Or if we run in Edmonton in April, we'd be ready in April for Edmonton, or any other TEDx that you may want to go to sometime next year. You'd be ready by going through these monthly steps. So, and meeting twice a month, you have a chance to practice, to do a speech or listen to a speech, evaluate a speech, and also have a chance to get some experience from a speaker, a guest speaker as well. So with starting the 9th, we have opportunity to give speeches, and starting the 30th, we'll have a guest speaker with sharing his or her experience. Any thoughts or questions on that? Or on summer camp, what you saw last all through summer, last 8 weeks?
I thought this was a great summer camp. I thought, it gave us another push. It pushes us out again, out of that comfort zone, to push us to maybe do something better and not just get, redundant in our speeches and that sort of thing. So I thought this was a fabulous, and learning from Kim and Irma and all those guys, I thought it was great, great summer camp, and I can't wait till the fall as well. So yeah, I think this is fantastic. Thanks, Marvin.
Thanks, Jackie. How about you, Nicole? What was your thoughts about last many weeks in your summer?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic to have the opportunity to connect with people who have TEDx experience, and I really appreciate that. For the fall, I will have to look at the logistics with my kids and their activities. So I am struggling to commit at this point, but I am definitely interested. So I'll see what I can do logistic wise.
Great. How about you, Ali? What are your thoughts the last few weeks?
My thought was very great, very, very informative. I learned a lot how to do TEDx, and that is actually my passion, to actually speak. Go to TEDx, either the one in Edmonton or the one on my birthday in Grand Prairie, because I do have family in Grand Prairie. So I might attend there. I don't know, depending on if I can make a speech and get it through there. And as I said, I love the idea, and I wanted to continue on, and I'll be there in the sound and in the fall twice, and I'll practice my speeches and whatnot, and hopefully we'll get people to actually go and push further, not only stay in Toastmaster, but also go to TEDx and go elsewhere.
Great.
That's so.
Can you
What
imagine
point-
if there was a bunch of us that became part of the TEDx talks, all coming from cats? Wouldn't that be such a wonderful thing? So sorry
I
about that.
know, that'd be great.
That'd be just a dream come true.
And we
Yeah.
can promote Toastmasters. Be like, hey, we came from Toastmasters, from cats, all the way to you guys to do that. So, and you know what? And if we had speeches, and we have great speeches, and we can do it, we might can, if we get funding, because I'm gonna look into fundings and stuff. If we can create an event in Calgary, because I haven't seen event yet in Calgary, and there isn't one in either May or July or whatever next year. So we can make one in Calgary, because there's a venue there, so we can make one and get people to go.
What you here today, and what was your
Oh yeah, actually, I was a little bit late because this is my first meeting in the CATS summer camp. Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of some tight schedule let me miss some of the previous so wonderful meetings. Yeah, but because I through YouTube or through Google, I watched some TEDx speeches. They are very they are very inspiring and very educational. So of course, I think as a Toastmaster myself, I would also like improve my speech and improve public speaking, and if possible, kind of there's a big platform, right? You can shine in the big platform. Yeah, I think we all want that. So yeah, basically just I want to improve my speaking skills here. Yeah, thank
Great.
you.
Great, thank you. Thanks for coming tonight.
Mhm.
Yes. So Caravan Toastmasters been around since 2001. I was one of the shorter members, and we've gone through a lot of different themes or venues throughout our last 20 years or so, and over 20 years of Caravan Toastmasters. We started off downtown, always been an advanced club. Now we're evolving to more of a TEDx platform just for this year, and who knows what happens next year. Our fee this past year was $9 for 6 months, and so my proposal to for starting next month, starting in September, is have our new members, select new members, paying $9 for 7 months, from September right to the end of March. And then if you want to pay for 12 months, 13 months actually, 170 for September 1st right to the end of June. So those are our fees. $9 for 7 months, September to March, or 170 for 13 months, September to end of June. And those are our fees. We can talk about more of that later if you like, individually, one-on-one, and we can go from there as well. So that's one of my goals. That's our goal, is like I said, get, like Jackie mentioned, get Toastmasters in our club to member, and have us practice our TEDx experience, TEDx speeches, and if we can, move on to a TEDx platform.
Yay,
Yeah. So if any questions or thoughts, if not, back to you, Jackie.
Oh, thanks, Marvin. That was fabulous. I love this. Next week, do you want people to submit names to you? How many speeches do you want for next week?
Yep. Yes. Nicole, would you like to speak next week, or on the 26th? You can either do it in person here at the library or on Zoom, like where you are now.
Sure, I can.
Yeah, you can expand on your current speech on fear, light of fear, of course, or you can add some twist to it, like whatever you like. But we'll keep it 5-7 minutes for now. Just on it, and you can extend that time towards 18. Like Irma said, 18 is the maximum for TEDx. Like, it depends on the venue, what the time is for each TEDx platform. And so I think Kim's speech was 15 something I on her YouTube, it says 15 something. So, and Irma's is about that same time, on 15 or less than that. So you can think of that, what you may have in the future for TEDx is around 50 minutes, less than 18. So if you want to practice that in the September, you're more welcome to. But for next week, let's keep it for 5 to 7, and then in September we can work with longer speeches.
So we have Nicole, George. Who was the other person?
Canuck. Yeah. See, I was talking to her on email, and she was talking about doing a speech next week as well. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
3. How many more would you like? About maybe 2 or 3 more, or?
Yeah, 2. Yeah, at least about 2 more. Yeah. So
okay.
yeah,
I can maybe change up mine, but only if you need me. So yeah.
Okay, for sure. Thanks, Jackie.
Yeah.
I'll talk to people who are not here, and Ali and see if we can get at least 4 or 5 speakers that day. Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Okay. No, that sounds great. Great meeting as always. I love the energy. I love all of this. This has just been, it's so exciting. I'm really looking forward to the fall and moving forward and not hopefully losing the energy that we are getting from all of our speakers that we had. Thank you so much to Kim, who I know had to leave. And thank you so much, Marvin, for all the information you gave. And thanks for Costas for joining us tonight. And we hope to see you again. So thank you so much for that. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy the warmth and the cool, and we'll catch up with you next Monday. See you later. Bye. Back to you, Marvin.
Bye.
See you later.
See you.